Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody online can hear my voice and see the screen. Am I audible and visible online? I need a response from somebody online. Can I be heard? Is the scene visible properly? Fine. Let's take a look at puzzles. These are not your standard arrangement type puzzles. So I'll be putting up the data on the screen. Note down the data in whatever format you think is best. And then of course you'll have to go with the individual questions to be able to solve them. It's not like you can solve that and just answer the questions. So let's take one example to understand what I mean. Here's the first one. It says exactly 6 dogs, P, Q, R, S, T, and U, are entered in a dog show. The judge of the show awards exactly 4 ribbons, one for each of first, second, third, and fourth place to 4 of the dogs. And the information that follows is all that is available about the 6 dogs. So each dog is either a greyhound or a Labrador, but not both. 2 of the 6 dogs are females and 4 are males. The judge awards ribbons to both female dogs, exactly one of which is a Labrador. Exactly one Labrador wins a ribbon. Dogs P and R place ahead of dog S, and S places ahead of Q and T. P and R are greyhounds, and S and U are Labradors. That's all the data that you have.
So there are only two breeds of dogs,
Yes.
Cobra and Pure. And the last third point, now P and R place ahead. So are they talking about the rank or in general just their position?
The order, because
First,
the
second,
entire thing is about ranking. Done. I'm going to take a look at the questions. Rather, any arrangement that you were able to come up with?
P, Q, R and S wins the ribbon.
P, Q,
R and S wins the ribbon.
P, Q, R and S, they win.
S is a Labrador
Okay,
and is a female.
okay,
Other three P, Q, R are greyhound.
okay.
That's all. And U is a Labrador, which is female. U is male.
U is a male. Okay. Let's see exactly how we could have arranged this data. It says that there are exactly 6 dogs P, Q, R, S, T, U, which means, and it's given that each dog is either a greyhound or a Labrador, but not both. And 2 of the 6 dogs are females. So you got exactly 2 females. That means you get 4 of them as males. Now the judge awards ribbons to both the female dogs. So both the female dogs are from positions 1 to 4. So I've got 2 males who are in the first 4, and one of the males is 5th and one of the males is 6th. Right? Then exactly 1 Labrador wins a ribbon, and it says that the judge awards ribbons to both the female dogs. Now if exactly 1 Labrador wins a ribbon and there are total of 4 places, that means the other 3 have to be greyhounds.
I have a doubt. How could the female dogs only be from first to fourth?
See, it says that the judge of the show awards exactly 4 ribbons, one for each of first, second, third, and fourth place. So, if the judge awards a ribbon to both the female dogs and
Other 2 males. Oh.
both the females got a prize, and prize was only for number 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 and 6 have to be males. So I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It says that P and R place ahead of S, and S places ahead of Q and T. So P and R could be here ahead of S, and S could be ahead of Q and T like this, in which case I could have U in the last place, or I could have 2 and 3 as PR, which is means 4th is S. That means 5 and 6 become Q and T, which means U is in the first place. Now I know that P and R are greyhounds, right? So P and R, both of them are greyhounds, and S and U are Labradors. So S and U both are Labradors, or S and U both are Labradors. And I know exactly 1 Labrador wins a ribbon. So if only 1 Labrador wins a ribbon, I cannot have this arrangement, because here both U and S are Labradors in the first 4 places. That means I have got P and R, the 2 greyhounds, in the first 2 places, S a Labrador in the 3rd place, Q and T in these places, and U in the last place. And the judge awards ribbons to both female dogs, exactly 1 of which is a Labrador. That means S has to be a female Labrador, which means that U, which is also a Labrador, has to be a male. So these are the arrangements that I am sure of right now. So then let's take a look at the questions. The first one says that which of the following is a complete and accurate list of the dogs that can be greyhounds? Option C, P, Q and R. Why?
Because only 1 female has been winning the position, and that is only S.
1 female Labrador has won the position.
We are not sure of what T is exactly.
Huh.
And we know S is a Labrador and U is a Labrador.
Yes.
And P, Q, R are ahead.
Huh.
So first, second, उनको ribbon मिला है तो they are P, Q, R are greyhound. Because exactly
in that sense it can be
can मतलब
P,
कि
Q, R
भी
हाँ,
आ सकता है because we
So
don't
can be does not mean कौन exactly है, कौन कौन हो सकता है.
accurate list पूछा है ना
कहाँ पे?
which one of the
Is a complete and accurate list of dogs that can be greyhounds, not dogs that are greyhounds. So can be possibility किस किस की है?
T
एस एंड यू की पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है, बट बाकी चारों में से पॉसिबिलिटी चारों की है. सो विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग कैन बी ग्रे हाउंड्स? In this case, I definitely know P and R are greyhounds, S and U are Labradors, but Q and T, because there's no restriction there, I can definitely have them as well. So in this case, P, Q, R, T, all of them can be greyhounds. Correct? So language of the question is important. Now, which one of the following cannot be true? This one is straightforward.
Can you go back to the question?
Okay.
Female greyhound means the. That's not counted. And just. E.
Why E?
A female greyhound means the fourth best position.
What's the problem with that?
The question says exactly one. No, I don't know why. I'm quite confused.
इतना पक्का है first and second both are greyhounds.
हाँ,
Third is a female Labrador.
हाँ.
Fourth and fifth I don't know. Sixth is a male Labrador.
Male Labrador. हाँ.
U is a male Labrador because only one Labrador and a female has one. So first female greyhound can win the second place. Second place में P and R दोनों में greyhound तो है ही, female हो भी सकता है. A second option, a female Labrador wins the second place ribbon. I know first and second both of them are greyhounds. How can a Labrador win the second place?
Oh.
So option B is definitely not true.
हाँ.
Third, female Labrador in third place. This is accurate. Male greyhound fourth place could be. Female fourth place possible. But the only one which is for sure not true is second. Because male or female I don't know, but I know for sure that the second place has to be a greyhound, not a Labrador. So B has to be the answer in this case. Option? Because I know only one Labrador female and I know U for sure is a Labrador male. So which of the following dogs must be a male? The last one, U, has to be a male. Online, is everybody following me so far? Okay, next. Option? First one. Right? Which of the following can be false? It is asking. P is ahead of R, not necessary. R can be ahead of P. So first one possibly can be false. All the others cannot be. They have to be true. So in this case, first one. Why?
Because it can be in the fourth place. Dog Q can be in the fourth place.
Q can be the fifth place. How?
Oh,
Both the females
got
will.
the right.
So if Q is a female, Q cannot be fifth. Q has to be fourth because both the females are in the first four. So C has to be true.
D. Dog Q is true.
Why?
Because only one.
It can be, it cannot be. Can be, cannot be.
What does it say about Labradors in this? It says exactly one Labrador wins a ribbon. So if Q is female, Q has to be fourth. And if Q is a Labrador, we already know S is a Labrador. So then two Labradors. So Q cannot be a Labrador, Q has to be a Greyhound. See, if Q is a female, that means this is for sure at position 4, right? And we also know that it has to be a Greyhound. Because Labrador में तो एक ही को prize मिला है. Exactly one Labrador wins a ribbon. And both the females we have already established. That means P and R both have to be male. So then this is for sure true. That means the only one which can be false is that T is a Greyhound. T can be a Labrador. There's no restriction on that. All the other fours definitely have to be true. Right? If T wins the fourth place ribbon, then which of the following statements must be true?
Dog Q is a male.
Dog T is a Labrador.
Why?
Because Q is already winning and it is a Labrador.
कहाँ पे दिया है Q से Labrador? पिछले क्वेश्चन का डेटा आप यहाँ पे नहीं ले सकते. मेन डेटा को यूज कर सकते हो. यू कैन नॉट पास ऑन डेटा फ्रॉम क्वेश्चन टू क्वेश्चन.
Sorry, dog T is a Labrador because S is already a Labrador. No?
हाँ. And exactly one Labrador wins a prize. See, if T wins a fourth place ribbon, right? That means यहाँ पे Q आ गया. This becomes S. P and R I don't know, but P and R both are Greyhounds. S is a Labrador, and exactly one Labrador wins a ribbon. That means T is also a Greyhound, right? And both the females they win a prize. So if I know this one is a female, then I know this one is for sure a male. And it says the judge awards ribbons to both the females, one of them which is a Labrador. So that means this is a female Labrador. That means Q also has to be what? Huh? Male. So, second option, which of the following must be true? Got it? Everyone online as well following me? Right. Okay. Which of the following statements could be true?
Dog T wins a ribbon. Option E.
So which of the following could be true? P does not win a ribbon is false because P is definitely first or second. Similarly, R has to win a ribbon and S definitely has won a ribbon and U definitely does not win a ribbon. So the only thing is I don't know whether P wins a ribbon or not. So could be true, possible. Got this set? Okay.
The entries are only 5.
Yeah.
Each person orders only one, so one person does not order it.
Who said everybody has a different entree?
Only one, but they can be repeated. One of
There's no restriction like that. Got the data? So it says that there are 3 couples, John and Kate, Louis and Marie, and Nat and Olive. And Kate, Marie, and Olive are all the women, so these 3 are the men. Each person orders one and only one of the following kind of entrees, and there are 5 entrees given, which means something has to be repeated. And the 6 people order in a manner consistent with the following conditions. So 2 people in each couple do not order the same kind of entree. None of the men order the same kind of entree as any of the other men. So all the 3 men are unique. Mary orders swordfish, Olive orders roast beef, and neither John nor Nat orders a fish entree. So neither John nor Nat. And so which are the two fish entrees? We have swordfish and tilefish. Right? So all this is the information that we have as of now. Now let's take a look at the questions. First one. Which one of the following is a complete and accurate list of entrees, any one of which Lewis could order?
Tilefish.
B. हाँ, both.
The only thing which Lewis cannot order is swordfish, because in the couple they can't have the same thing. So swordfish wala he cannot order. Baki everything else is readily available for him. So pork chops, roast beef, tilefish, veal cutlets, all four of them can absolutely be ordered by him. So option D clearly the answer in this case, easy one. Next, which one of the following statements could be true?
Kate orders the same kind of
So in this case, which of the following could be true? So John, the same kind as Murray, not possible because Murray has ordered a swordfish and John cannot order a fish. So one is out. Kate and Nat can definitely have the same. There's no restriction. Louis and Nat. So Louis cannot order as Nat because all the men are different from each other. Murray and Olive. We know exactly what their order, which is not the same. And Nat and Olive. Nat cannot order the same as Olive because a couple cannot order the same. So the only possibility here is B, that Kate orders the same kind of entree as Nat does. Which one of the following statements must be true?
Option E.
A. D. Why?
Because John and Nat cannot, and Mary has already ordered swordfish, but yeah, she can order those.
You can order tilefish.
A.
So, which of the following statements must be true if they cannot order swordfish and tilefish and roast beef? Then pork chops or veal cutlets, तो definitely men को order करना ही करना है. So first is possibly, first one has to be true because the other ones get eliminated. One of the men orders swordfish or veal cutlet. Swordfish cannot be ordered by any one of them because John and Nat के लिए fish मना है and Lewis's partner has ordered swordfish, so B is out. Two of the women cannot order tilefish because only Kate is left. None of the men order a fish entree. Lewis can order a tilefish. And exactly one of the women orders a fish entree, not necessary. Kate may order a swordfish or a tilefish. So, which of the following must be true? It has to be A. Pork chop, veal chop has to be there among the men. So, A definitely my answer in this case. Online, following me so far? Right. So if John orders veal cutlets, then Louis has to order roast beef because Olive has ordered roast beef, Nat cannot. And all three are different. That means Nat has to order pork chops. So Kate can definitely order roast beef or not order it. So there is no definite thing there. Similarly, Kate may order swordfish also. Louis can order, no, Louis definitely cannot order tile fish because that is fixed. And Louis ordering veal cutlet, I don't know. So Nat ordering pork chops is the one which is definitely true. Last one has to be true in this case. Next.
John orders veal cutlet.
Second one.
Between A or B.
Let's see.
Louis ordered tile fish.
If none of them order pork chops is out. So for John and Nat, fish is also not available. So Nat cannot order roast beef. Then Nat has to order what? Veal cutlets. That means John has to go in for the roast beef. And if roast beef is out, veal cutlet is out, nobody has ordered pork chop, and Louis cannot order swordfish because of Mary, then Louis has to end up ordering tile fish. So the only possibility here is that Louis definitely has ordered the tile fish. Which of the following must be true? Has to be option C. Online. If Louis ordered pork chops, then which of the following is a complete and accurate list of the entrees, any of which John could order?
C. Roast beef and veal cutlets. Option C.
Sure?
Roast beef.
See, it says Louis orders pork chops. If Louis orders pork chops, John has to order roast beef. Because Nat cannot order roast beef, Nat has to go for veal cutlets. And all three of them are different. So the only thing which John can actually order is roast beef. John cannot order the veal cutlets because that has to go for Nat. So then the only possibility of John ordering is roast beef. Right.
So sir, are they compulsorily supposed to order the same dish?
People in each couple both order the same kind of entree. And other conditions are all the same. two of the people ordered tile fish. How come?
D.
Two of the people ordered pork chops. How come?
Taxi because all other options gets eliminated of course.
It's either D or E,
But tile fish cannot be ordered because already Mary and Olive have been ordering those. Matlab, there is a fix. They can only order this. So
See, couples have to order the same. That means Louis goes with swordfish and Nat goes with roast beef. Right? So John and Kate, now all three have them to be different. So John cannot order swordfish and John cannot order roast beef. And no two women order the same kind of entree. Right? So that to anyway is matching. Now fish order nahi kar sakta, so tile fish is out. Now what is left? Either he can order pork chops, both of them, or both of them veal cutlets. Now John ordering roast beef is out of the question, cannot order swordfish. And Kate ordering roast beef, not possible because Nat already has. So two people ordering tile fish cannot work because John cannot. So the only possible option is two of them have to order pork chops. From the given options, that's the only one which makes sense. So it has to be option D. Correct? Online, did everybody get the entire set? Right. Next. Got the data? So it says this plane 1, 2, 3, 4, no others are available to fly in the show. So the qualified pilots include A, B and C, and the qualified co-pilots are D, E and F. No plane flies without a qualified pilot, and only pilots and co-pilots can fly. And Anna flies in 1 or 4, Dave flies in 2 or 3. That's all the data that we have. First question. If Anna flies in plane 4 and Dave in plane 2, then which of the following must be true?
B.
Which one? Second one. Why?
Because Anna will be flying in plane 4 and only 1 or 4 plane is eligible for in the pilot sections. So if Cindy can fly plane 3, then he has to be.
So why not the first one? Cindy flies in either plane 1 or 3.
It she can fly either of them, and she's flying plane 4.
Who?
Anna.
No, no. Why not option A? That Cindy flies in either plane 1 or plane 3. Why is that not necessarily true?
Option.
First option A. Cindy flies in either plane 1 or plane 3. How do you eliminate that option?
Because E makes no sense. If basis on the condition that if Cindy is flying plane 3, then only Bob will be able to will be considered.
बट पहले
plane 3.
ऑप्शन बी पे आने से पहले ए को तो उड़ाएं.
हाँ.
Why is it not necessary that Cindy has to fly plane 1 or 3? Easy. Cindy can be flying plane 2. Cindy 2 में भी तो जा सकती है.
If
Hold
Anna
on.
is flying 4, then Cindy won't be able to fly in 1.
You are going to the next option without. मैम ऑप्शन अगले ऑप्शन ए को डायरेक्टली एलिमिनेट कर सकते हैं. It is not compulsory that C has to be in 1 or 3. C can be in 2. So A is not necessarily true.
Yeah.
Now second one. If Cindy is in plane 3, why is it that Bob has to be in plane 2?
Because Anna is flying in plane 4.
हाँ तो why can't be in plane 1? Why?
So Cindy cannot be in 1. So 4, 2, 3.
But why can't Bob be in 1?
But 1 is the flight number. The plane 1 is not eligible only to fly in there. No.
Why?
Because there's no pilot because he was the plane 1 was either Anna was to fly plane 1 or 4.
हाँ.
And Anna is flying
4.
4.
हाँ.
So 1 से कहाँ से?
Bob उड़ा सकता है ना 1 को.
वन कोई भी उड़ा सकता है.
1 तो कोई भी उड़ा सकता है. Anna 2 and 3 को नहीं उड़ा सकती. लेकिन Bob तो 1 को उड़ा सकता है. तो why second option then? Akash got it. A is guaranteed 4. ये तो fixed है. Now if Cindy is flying in plane 3 and it is also said Dave is in 2, बिना पायलट के को पायलट उड़ नहीं सकता.
सिंडी 3 पे ऐसा कहाँ पे लिखा?
सेकंड ऑप्शन क्या बोल रहा है? If Cindy is in 3 then Bob has to be 2.
हाँ.
So डेटा says A 4 में है and D 2 में है. तो अगर C को 3 में फिक्स कर दिया तो B को 2 में ही डालना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज 2 में ऑलरेडी डेव बैठा हुआ है और बिना पायलट के प्लेन उड़ नहीं सकता. तो अगर डेव 2 में है एंड 3 and 4 में C and A फिक्स्ड है तो 2B बॉब 1 में नहीं जा सकता. बॉब को 2 ही उड़ाना पड़ेगा बिकॉज उसके बिना डेव नहीं उड़ पाएगा. सो द सेकेंड ऑप्शन बिकम्स द करेक्ट वन. Got the option right, but the reasoning you have to be very clear about. You still seem confused.
No, I don't.
Pakka. Everybody online. Okay. See. मेरे पास 4 प्लेन्स है 1, 2, 3 and 4. राइट. डेटा क्या क्या फिक्स्ड है कि एना इज डेफिनेटली इन प्लेन 4 एंड डेव इज डेफिनेटली इन प्लेन 2. राइट. ये तो क्वेश्चन के अंदर ही आ गया ना. सेकंड ऑप्शन को देखते हैं. इफ सिंडी फ्लाइज इन प्लेन 3, सिंडी को अगर प्लेन 3 में डाल दिया तो पायलट्स कौन है? ए, बी एंड सी. उसमें से ए एंड सी को तो 3 and 4 में फिक्स कर दिया एंड डी को भी सेकंड में ही फ्लाई करने देना है. लेकिन को पायलट बिना पायलट के उड़ नहीं सकता. तो बी जो है उसको बाय डिफॉल्ट 2 उड़ाना ही पड़ेगा क्योंकि तभी जाके डी उड़ सकता है. तो B cannot be in 1 if D is flying here and A and C are engaged in 3 and 4. Then B definitely has to be on plane 2. Right. Next one. If Bob and Anna fly on the same plane, then which of the following must be true? Which one?
Option D.
Fourth one. Dave flies with Cindy, Ed and Fran.
a pilot and a co-pilot.
अच्छा ऐसे तो C
तो फिर इवन adaptation.
A flies with C.
I need a pilot and a co-pilot. Right? Now Bob and Anna, it says, are together. अब Bob and Anna के साथ तो कोई भी हो सकता है, right? But so Cindy can, and Cindy is also a pilot. तो Cindy जरूरी नहीं है Dave and Ed के साथ उड़े. Cindy जरूरी नहीं है Ed के साथ उड़े. लेकिन अगर Dave उड़ रहा है तो Dave के साथ तो Cindy का होना जरूरी है. Dave with Cindy, Ed and Fran not necessary, and Fran and Ed no pilot there. So from the given options, if Dave flies, has to be this one. Ed and Fran not necessary because it says must be true.
Dave can also fly with Anna and Bob.
Huh?
Dave can fly with Anna and Bob. But Anna cannot be in one.
Right?
B. Dave flies with C.
पायलट किसी के भी साथ उड़ सकता है, लेकिन को पायलट किसके साथ उड़ेगा, दैट इज द वन विच डिटरमाइंस एवरीथिंग. सो बॉब इज अ पायलट, सो बॉब फ्लाइज विद एनीबडी. नाउ डेव एंड एड टुगेदर, देयर इज नो डिपेंडेंसी बिटवीन को पायलट्स. So and Dave flying with Ed, both of them are co-pilots, and Ed is a co-pilot, can fly, and Anna के साथ already we have that. नहीं, Ed flies with Anna क्यों नहीं हो सकता?
क्योंकि कंपल्सरी नहीं है ना. It is must be true.
Right? So Ed flying with Anna is not necessary, but Dave flying with Bob, why is that necessary?
क्योंकि B is only either in 2 or 3.
हाँ.
And 2 or 3 में either B or C, and C is already busy, so it's B with me.
Got this one? फिर से. हाँ.
So second plane में pilots में का तो B या फिर C उड़ सकते हैं.
इसके अंदर या तो see A can only be in 1 or 4, right? So B या C इन दोनों में हो सकता है, इसमें भी C या B हो सकता है. एंड अगर D को उड़ना है तो D को किसके साथ उड़ना है, 2 या 3 में से किसी एक के साथ उड़ना है. तो सिंडी के साथ उड़ना है या बॉब के साथ उड़ना है. डेव विद ये तो दिया नहीं है. सिंडी एंड फ्रैन आर द ओनली 2 people, so Dave cannot be with Cindy, so then Dave definitely has to be flying with Bob.
B.
Which one? Why?
This is first reason because Bob and Cindy cannot fly in the same plane. Plus, Anna has to be in plane.
Why can't Bob and Cindy fly in the same plane?
Because if they fly in the same plane, then who will they fly with?
Okay.
because he has to fly there in 2 or 3.
Huh.
So Bob or Cindy has to be there in 2 or 3.
Huh.
And Anna can only be there in plane 1. Plane 1 or 4.
Huh.
So, and Dave cannot fly again because he needs to be in 2 or 3. So eliminating all those options, B goes.
Right?
Yeah.
It says plane 1 has to be used. Now D can only be in 2 or 3. That means anything which has D in it is automatically eliminated. So D and E तो cannot be option. Now Dave cannot fly in 1 but must have a pilot with him in 2 or 3.
पर ऐसा कहाँ पे लिखा है कि देव को उड़ाने के लिए? Plane 2 और only plane 1 is working.
हाँ.
तो उसमें तो सारे के सारे A, B, C and E, F.
So Dave can only fly in 2
नहीं
or 3.
देव तो out here. पर if we say कि सिर्फ plane 1 ही चल रहा है.
सिर्फ प्लेन 1 चल रहा है.
तो
हाँ.
उसमें तो B और D साथ में B और C साथ में बैठ ही सकते हैं.
कौन सा? फिर तो A, B and C के बीच में एलिमिनेट क्या करोगे फिर?
वही तो मैं
You can't eliminate.
तो ऐसा assume कर लेना है.
क्योंकि none of the above या डेटा insufficient है नहीं अपने पास.
Starting में ये mention था कि all 3 planes are working.
Let's see. They are available to fly. Doesn't say all 3 have to fly. But if you have to assume, then you, because it does not, there is no data insufficient or cannot be determined or none of the above type option. So then unless you make that assumption, it's not going to, you're not going to have an option to mark. So in that case, which question? We are on the 4th one, right? So then A, B, C and F, is that the option? A, B, E and F, sorry. A, B, E and F has to be the option. Second one. Right? Okay. Now, if as many of the pilots and co-pilots as possible fly in plane 4, then the group will consist of whom?
Exactly 4 people.
Has to be, because D cannot fly and D के लिए एक पायलट दे दो, so बाकी के 4 एक साथ भले उड़ाओ. C. It's exactly 4 people in this case. Correct? What the said? Couple of questions do require assumptions, but option से पता चल जाता है कि assume करना ही पड़ेगा. Okay. Got the symptoms for each? क्या क्या आया?
J has headache and sneezing.
हाँ
K fever.
हाँ
L will have two symptoms: headache and sneezing.
क्यों?
Because it has more symptoms than K, so it should have two.
हाँ
And
but why headache and sneezing?
because there has two.
तो फीवर भी तो हो सकता है. हेडेक स्नीजिंग एंड फीवर में से कोई भी तो हो सकते हैं ना.
Because J and L have common only one symptom common.
J and L
have one system common. So headache और sneezing में से कोई एक है.
हाँ तो कोई एक हो सकता है.
कोई एक शायद फीवर हो सकता है.
तो फीवर भी तो हो सकता है ना.
L and N को fix नहीं हो सकता. L and N का terms.
नहीं होगा. So let's see. It says that each of the 5 illnesses is characterized by at least one. तो एक तो बीमारी होनी है, एक तो symptom होना ही है, and none of the illnesses has a symptom which is none of this. यही 3 symptoms हैं. Now we start with J. It is characterized by headache and sneezing. Now J and K have no symptoms in common. That means K definitely must have fever because एक symptom तो minimum necessary है. J and L have at least one symptom in common, but that does not tell me anything about L. And L has a greater number of symptoms than K. So L can have either 2 symptoms or 3 symptoms because it says greater than K and K has only 1. Now L and N have no common symptoms. तो N अगर L के पास 3 symptom है तो N के पास तो 0 symptom हो जाएगा, which is not possible. So that means L must have 2 symptoms and N must have 1. And then if M has more symptoms than J and J has 2, then in that case M must have all 3 symptoms. So I don't know the symptoms for L and N, but बाकियों के तो exact symptoms मुझे पता है. So then, which of the following statements must be false? ये तो क्लियर हो गया. J has exactly 2 symptoms is true. K1 is also true. L2 is true. M3 is true. N has 2 symptoms is false. N has exactly 1. In which one of the following pairs could the first member of the pair be characterized by exactly the same number and type of symptoms as the second member of the pair? या तो J and L हो सकता है जो ऑप्शन में नहीं है, या तो K and N हो सकता है जो दिया हुआ है. Because J and L both of them have 2, K and N both of them have 1. So K and N is an option, has to be my answer. If illness L is characterized by a combination of symptoms different from any of the other illnesses, then which of the following symptoms must be true? L has exactly 2 symptoms, but L's combination of 2 symptoms must be different from the other disease. It cannot have the same 2 symptoms as somebody else. The symptoms are what?
So
Fever.
it should have fever or headache or fever or sneezing.
Exactly. So fever, headache and sneezing are the 3 symptoms. It cannot have headache and sneezing as the combination. So either it will have fever, headache as the combination or fever, sneezing as the combination. But whatever happens, fever तो होना ही होना है. So then which of the following must be true? Fever must be a symptom of illness L. So option A. The illnesses in which one of the following pairs must have exactly one symptom in common.
J and M.
J and उसमें तो दो symptoms common है.
अच्छा exactly one.
Exactly one symptom.
J and N.
N में फीवर अगर हो गया तो एक भी कॉमन नहीं होगा.
K and M नहीं.
J
Sorry.
and नहीं.
J and N में जरूरी नहीं एक भी कॉमन हो.
KL.
M के पास तीनों है.
K and M.
राइट. M हैज ऑल थ्री. तो K and M और N and M. N and M का ऑप्शन नहीं है. N and M का ही ऑप्शन है. K and M का तो ऑप्शन ही नहीं है. सो M and N लास्ट ऑप्शन. बिकॉज M के पास सारे हैं तो वो एक इन कॉमन वन वालों के साथ तो होगा ही होगा. Correct. It needs exactly one symptom in common. Online. Okay. Now, if Walter has exactly two of the three symptoms, then he cannot have all the symptoms of what?
L and N last three.
I did not get the question.
There are three symptoms totally. Walter has exactly two symptoms. Which combination of diseases he cannot have?
K.
J and L साथ में हो सकता है, बिल्कुल हो सकता है. H and S हो तो J and L दोनों हो सकता है. J and N. N can be either H or S. So सिर्फ two in symptoms के साथ J and N हो सकता है. K and L. L के एक सिम्टम को F बना दो दूसरा तो K and L दोनों पॉसिबल है. K and N. Even if they are same or different, either one is possible. But L and N. L has two, N has one. And one of the conditions is that L and N have nothing common. That means there become three symptoms, which he does not have. So L and N, the last option is not possible. Next set. Huh?
I did not get the question.
It says J, K, L, M, N, and O are all square ski chalet. A chalet is basically a hut of the same size positioned in two straight rows. The positioning is given at the bottom. It says J is opposite to M, K, N, L, O. And after the snowstorm, residents travel a single continuous path. So basically what you are doing is you have to make connections between these houses. Now totally there can be only 5 straight lines. Right? First clue, there are 5 straight lines. Each chalet is directly connected by a segment of the path to another. So if there are 2 chalets like this is one line segment. No chalet is directly connected by segment of the path to more than 2. So in case there are 6 of them, there is 1, 2. So from this hut there can be no other road. Maximum only 2 roads can be there. No segment crosses any other. So if there is a segment like this, you cannot have a segment like this. No crossing of paths allowed. and one segment connects J and N. So there is already a segment like this, and another segment K and L. There is already a segment like this. This much is given to you. Two segments are given. Total only 5 segments possible. Not more than 2 segments from any house, and no crossing of segments. These are your basic rules. So, first question. Which of the following statements could be true?
E.
Has to be only one. First one segment connects M and K. M and K अगर connect करोगे तो it will be a cross line. Crossing of line is not possible. So first is out. Similarly M and L का connection नहीं हो सकता, cross होता है. And M and O का connection cannot, crossing का problem. Now if there is a segment connecting J and K and another between K and M, again crossing का problem हो जाता है. So then when 4 of them are eliminated, the literal only option left is the last one, has to be E. 4 of them eliminated straightforward. Next. Huh? Option C. Okay.
Can be J and K as well.
J and K. See, it's given that one segment connects K and N. So the moment you connect K and N, K के already 2 connections हो गए and N के भी 2 connections हो गए. So anything with K or N is eliminated. So literally the only option left here has to be L and O, C, because no house can have more than 2 roads connecting it. Okay. If a segment of the path directly connects J and K, then the 2 shallots in which one of the following pair must be directly connected to each other by a segment is what?
फिर M खाली रह जाएगा तो M और N को कनेक्ट करना पड़ेगा.
Exactly. Compulsory to all the roads should be connected.
Connection तो सबका चाहिए. It says that segment connects J and K. तो J के 2 हो गए and K के भी 2 हो गए, तो anything with J or K is automatically eliminated. So now the question is, do I do between L and O or N and O? Already I have got 3 connections. I can have only 2 more connections. If I connect between N and O, तो M का connection कहाँ पे करूँगा? I cannot connect M because cross वाला line बन जाता है. So N and O का connection is not possible. If I do L and O, then I can still connect M with N and all of them can be connected. So N and O is not a possible collection. L and O has to be the answer. So D is my answer in this case. Correct? Now, if one segment of the path directly connects K and O, then which of the following statements could be true?
J is directly connected to M.
So it says one segment of the path directly connects K and O. So if K and O is also now connected, I've got a total of 3 paths already established, and K is already connected to 2. So anything with K is now not possible. Now J is directly connected to M. Can J be connected to M? If I connect J to M, can I make any connection now to connect all 5? I can still connect N and O and connect all 5. So J connection to M is possible. Now L is connected to O. If I connect L to O, if I want to connect M, then J, M, N get isolated from the others. If I want to connect J and N to the other 3, M gets isolated. So connecting L and O, I will not be able to connect all 5. So this one is definitely not true. Now L is connected to exactly 2 shallots. Do I need L to be connected to 2 shallots? Not necessary. I can have these 2 connected and this connected. L is connected to 1 and yet all 5 are connected. So that is also not necessarily true. Now O is connected to exactly 1 shallot. We just saw the previous diagram where O could be connected to 2. So the best possible option in this case becomes option A. We saw that. Makes sense. Correct? Okay. Now, which of the following, if true, guarantees that one segment of the path directly connects M and N? First one. Why option A?
Because I only have to अभी J and N का एक फोकस है
हाँ
और M and N को कनेक्ट करना है
हाँ।
तो J को इधर 2 से कनेक्ट करना मतलब 2 स्ट्रीम्स डालना पड़ेगा
हाँ।
और K and J कनेक्टेड है
हाँ।
तो it will only connect M.
Right, it says that I need to guarantee that M will connect N. That means I need this connection 100% true. Now if I want to connect M to N, then I must make sure that J and M का connection possible नहीं है, because J and M का अगर connection possible है तो M N necessary नहीं हो जाएगा. So I have to ensure J is not connected to M. The only way I can ensure that J is not connected to M is J already has 2 connections. That means JK needs to be connected. So if JK is connected, then MN will have to be connected. So for MN to be connected, make sure that JK gets engaged. So first one, a segment between J and K will guarantee that M and N will need to be connected. Okay. Which of the following shallots cannot be directly connected by segments of the part to exactly two other shallots?
I didn't get the question.
Which one of the following shallots cannot be directly connected by segment of the part to exact? Which of them cannot have exact? That means one of them has to be can have only one connection, one road to it. Which one cannot have two roads to it?
M.
Which one?
M.
M. Monkey. So you simply need to construct cases of 5 segments and eliminate the options. Right? First option K. So already 2 segments are there, 3, 4, 5 connected all. So K can definitely have 2 segments. So K not my answer. L के लिए again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 हो गया connection. So L is also not my answer. M के लिए if I make 2 connections to M, then कुछ भी कर लूँ कोई ना कोई तो isolate होके ही रहेगा. So M cannot have both these connections possible. So which of them cannot have 2 connections? M cannot have 2 connections. If no segment of the path directly connects any chalet in row 1 with the chalet in row 2 that is directly opposite to it, then each of the following statement must be true except what?
So we need to find the false statement.
Yes. Must be true except. So may or may not be true wala.
Option A.
A segment of the path directly connects M and N. It is not necessarily true. क्यों?
क्योंकि M and N का बन जाएगा connection.
हाँ.
तो N is out क्योंकि उसका 2 connection हो गया.
एक second, let's see. M and N का connection, so it is out. Okay. So N is out. Okay. Then.
So to connect O.
हाँ.
और तो फिर J and K का बनाना पड़ेगा क्योंकि straight तो नहीं हो सकता.
वर्टिकली नहीं हो सकता, हॉरिजॉन्टल हो सकता है.
हाँ.
हाँ. तो
J and K का बनाना पड़ेगा to connect J.
J को कनेक्ट करने के लिए J and K का बनाना पड़ेगा. फिर
So to connect O, the only possible way is vertical L and O.
क्यों? K and O को कनेक्ट करो ना. नहीं, K को नहीं कर सकते. फिर N and O को कनेक्ट करो.
वो भी नहीं कर.
वो भी नहीं कर सकते. सो M and N के बीच में कनेक्शन नहीं हो सकता. श्योर. M and N के बीच में कनेक्शन कर दिया. फिर
अगर M and N के बीच में कनेक्शन करते हैं तो L and O के बीच में कनेक्शन करना पड़ेगा.
किसके?
L and O.
L and O के बीच में. फिर
हाँ, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता ना.
पर वही नहीं करना इसलिए.
ओके. फिर
that's the only thing. O को connect करने के लिए सीधा
J एंड O को कनेक्ट करो एंड इसको कनेक्ट करो, हो तो गया।
N का connection फिर कहाँ है? हाँ.
N तो कनेक्टेड है भाई, N तो एनीवे बाय डिफॉल्ट कनेक्टेड है N तो फर्स्ट वन तो नॉट नेसेसरी। I mean M and N must be connected, can be connected.
Oh, that's second. N and O.
N and O को अगर कनेक्ट कर दिया, ओके, 3 कनेक्शंस, देन
तो फिर M को connect करने के लिए सिर्फ 3.
ये 4 कनेक्शंस, फिर
नहीं, M and N cannot be connected
भाई
because N already has 2 connections.
N already has 2 connections, so M and N cannot be connected, and M J cannot be connected, वर्टिकल कनेक्शन आ जाता है। तो अगर मैं NO कनेक्शन बना देता हूँ तो M आइसोलेट हो ही जाएगा, तो माई सेकेंड वन इज नॉट पॉसिबल। So the other ones, yes, the one which I am looking for in this option is option 2. Got this? So interesting sets, छोटे छोटे हैं, but you have to work out through the options. That's it for the day. We end the session here. If there are any doubts, you can hang around and ask. Otherwise, we will meet again on Friday. Sure.